Okay, sorry for the long time between videos. I pretty much been waiting for Fear the Walking Dead to end its first half. So, yeah, we got a lot of news regarding The Walking Dead lately. We got the gameplay trailer to the final season of the Telltale game, and we got the gameplay trailer for Overkill's The Walking Dead. Both games I will be talking about when they get released. I've already done a video on the final season talking about whether or not I think Negan will appear in it. Today I want to talk about the future of The Walking Dead and where I stand on it. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you might have heard recently that Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes, and Lauren Cohan, who plays Maggie Green, are seemingly leaving the show. Which, when I heard that news, that really sucked. The Walking Dead is my favourite franchise, and to see something like this happen to my favourite franchise, just, I can't describe how, much that sucks. And I want to talk about where I think the future of the franchise can go. Now, there are people saying that The Walking Dead's dead, that the franchise itself is dead, and look, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but you're wrong. The TV show, you could get away with saying The Walking Dead TV show is dead, but the franchise as a whole is not dead. The comic book is doing great lately. The New World Order storyline has been getting positive feedback from fans, and yeah, we're currently in the 15th anniversary of The Walking Dead, and there's a lot to look forward to. We have the final season of the game, which is very anticipated. We have Overkill's The Walking Dead, which is also very anticipated. They're the two games I most anticipated this year. Other games I anticipated this year were Far Cry 5, which I have played. I've also anticipated Red Dead Redemption 2, which is not out yet, Spider-Man game, and yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was The Walking Dead itself, and that is where I think the future of the franchise is going to go. Now, when it comes to The Walking Dead TV show and Fear the Walking Dead, I think that's the most interesting thing to talk about. And spoilers for The Walking Dead TV show and Fear the Walking Dead. So if you're not caught up on both shows, you might want to leave now, because I'm going to be going into major spoilers. Are you ready? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, are you gone? Alright, I'm going to say it now. Anyway, in the newest episode of Fear the Walking Dead, they killed off Madison Clark. Madison was basically the Rick Grimes of the show. Now, I know people have had their theories on who the main character is, but it's pretty much been confirmed Madison was the Rick Grimes of Fear. So she was. She was the main character through and through. And not only did we have Nick die off this season because the actor wanted to leave, but Madison, the actress playing Madison, Kim Dickens, she didn't want to leave. She was actually heartbroken, she said, over leaving. Which, I'm guessing the reason they killed off Madison is because the new showrunners know that during the first 3 seasons, Madison was not she doesn't have as many fans as someone like Nick or Alicia. In my opinion, Alicia is an overrated character. I like Alicia, but she pisses me off a lot. She does a lot of dumb things in the show, and fans basically let her get away with everything. People have said that Daryl can do no wrong. No, Alicia can do no wrong. Daryl has been getting the shit torn into him by the fans over the past season. Fans all around have been giving Daryl shit all throughout season 8. I think it's time the fans need to talk shit about Alicia, because Alicia is doing really fucking bad things. to the point where I was actually hoping she would be killed off in episode 8. Yeah. And Al calling her a bitch was one of the most satisfying moments in the show, because finally someone called her out for being one. Look, I have my problems with Alicia. I'm not saying she should be killed off, because she did grow on me a bit after her trying to kill June, whatever you want to call Naomi. Her name's June, so I'm just going to call her June. But yeah, I'm giving Alicia more of a chance. Maybe in the second half of season 4 she can be a bit more, less bitchy, and she can get back into my good graces, because I'm not giving up on her character. I know I did say that I wanted her to die, but it was just the heat of the moment, and she was getting in the way of John getting help, and John's already one of my favourite Fear characters. So to see Alicia, one of my least favourite, if not my least favourite Fear character, doing that really pissed me off. But yeah, I do think Alicia has a chance to redeem herself. I think any character does. I think even Charlie has a chance to redeem herself, even though she killed Nick. But she has a long way to go, Charlie does. I'm not forgiving her yet for what she did to Nick. Anyway, the future of Fear the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is what I wanted to get into. I got off track. So yeah, what do I think is going to happen with the future of The Walking Dead after Andrew Lincoln and Lauren Cohan leave? So after Rick and Maggie leave the show. And it's also looking like Michonne might leave the show as well, which really fucking sucks. Now, apparently Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl Dixon, is meant to take over as the lead of the show. Now, Daryl Dixon is one of my favourite characters in the franchise. I do not want him to be main character. He was always better as a supporting character than a main. Why do you think so many episodes that focus primarily on him are some of the more hated episodes of the show? Chupacabra, Still. What's that one where he was in the woods with Dwight? I forget the name of that one. But those episodes of The Walking Dead get shit reviews from people, and yeah, so how do people like Daryl, when episodes that focus on him, get bad reviews? Now, I like those episodes personally. I think they made him grow as a character. Episodes like Chupacabra and Still. So what I wanted to get into here is, what do I think is going to happen with the show after this stuff happens? Personally, what I want to see happen is, I think, convince Andrew Lincoln to stay around for at least one more season, keep him around till season 10, catch up with the comic book storyline in the next 2 seasons, do the Whispers in season 9, finish the Whispers in season 9 while introducing the Commonwealth and kind of giving a finale to the show. Now, that's easier said than done, but I think something like that would be beneficial to the show, because they shouldn't keep the show going after Rick leaves, because I've heard so many fans say that if Rick leaves, they're done with the show. Rick was the character we started with. For a lot of people, the first part of the Walking Dead franchise they ever saw was the show, and the character they got introduced to was Rick Grimes, and to see him leave the show is going to be very surreal. Rick and Maggie have a huge storyline coming up in the comics, which I'm not going to go into details with. And seeing how Carl has already been killed off, who's another character that has a lot of storyline coming up, really the only other characters that have a lot of storyline coming up that they haven't killed off yet or haven't left the show yet are Negan and Dwight. So we'll see what happens with them. Anyway, what I want to go into with Fear is, what do I think is going to happen with Fear now that Madison is dead, Nick is dead, most of the originals are dead. The only 2 season 1 characters left in the show now are Alicia and Strand. You could count Daniel as well, but he is, not really a part of the story right now. However, they have confirmed he is alive. I'm pretty sure they confirmed he is alive. But chances are, as soon as he's introduced back into the show, they're going to kill him off within a few episodes anyway. I doubt his character is going to be in the show much longer because it's just they do seem to be getting rid of all the characters from the original seasons. However, I think Alicia is going to be like the only character they keep around, which take that as you will, whether you're a Alicia fan or not. She is probably going to be the longest surviving season 1 character, unless the actress wants to leave, which she might, now that her television family, imagine put yourself in Alicia Devlin Carey's shoes. You got into this show and you played the daughter of, you played the daughter in the show, you have a brother in the show, you have a mom in the show. The actor that plays the brother wants out, and then they kill off the actress that plays your mother. Whereas the connections you have then, I mean, you've been working with Coleman Domingo, who played Strand, since season 1, and that's great, but who knows how much longer Alicia Devlin Carey is even going to want to stay in the show. I'm sure she could get bigger roles because she is a popular actress, so I'm sure she wouldn't have any problem getting another TV role, maybe as a main character, even a movie role. Her career is looking bright, and I do hope she succeeds. I think the actress is very good in her role. It's just the character I have the problems with, just because I find her too bitchy. But then again, as I said, she can redeem herself. Now, when it comes to the future, now we have seen the sneak peeks and the promos to the next half of season 4, and it looks like they're going to be bringing in a natural disaster, which is a big storm, which is really awesome to hear. We see walkers getting thrown around by the wind, which is really cool looking, and yeah, the next few episodes look like they're going to be pretty damn interesting. I don't think this is just a promo for episode 9, but for the next half as a whole. Maybe the first few episodes, like episodes 9, 10, 11 and 12. I mean, if they do this all in episode 9, that's going to be one hell of an episode 9, but yeah. Do I think Madison is dead? Yes, I think she is 100% dead. I know when it comes to The Walking Dead, or any show, but especially with The Walking Dead, if you don't see a body, they're not dead. I think between the way they filmed it and then all the stuff they've been saying with Kim Dickens, and how Kim Dickens has been coming out and saying like how she loved working on the show, it does seem like her character is completely gone. So again, that really, really sucks. So do I think both these shows are going to merge? Not at all. I don't think... I have heard some people say that they're going to merge both The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead because of the budget, just to make it one show that could be cheaper, which is completely wrong, because if that was the reason, AMC wouldn't be demanding more shows. They put Scott Gimple in charge for a reason. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go on too much longer, because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. But what I wanted to get into was that the future of The Walking Dead, I think The Walking Dead should end at season 10 and then make a spin-off, have it take place maybe a few years after the ending of season 10. You kill Rick off at the end of season 10, and then you have this new show. It shouldn't be called season 11 of The Walking Dead, it should be a new Walking Dead spin-off. We start off, we have what the remaining characters from the original show. Maybe even one of them is missing, and you know, there's a big mystery throughout the first season. Where is that character? Like, let's say we start off Carol, we don't know what happened to her, that if she even survives season 9 and 10, which I think they're going to want to keep her on as long as possible, unless the actress wants to leave. I think something cool would be like a big mystery of season 1 is where is Carol, and then, you know, showing what happened to her. But I think, or even just any other character, but you could have Daryl be the main character of that spin-off. I think if this new Walking Dead show was a spin-off that focused on Daryl, it wouldn't be as hated as much as the show would be if it continued without Rick. Now, if the comics ever kill off Rick, do I think the comics should end and then they start a new series? No, because I think with the Walking Dead comic book, you could get away with killing off Rick a bit easier because we've had more time with Rick there, and you know, we have Carl to pass the storyline on to, and it does seem like there is a plan. With the TV show, this basically came out of nowhere, and it was kind of dropped onto everyone's lap that Andrew Lincoln wanted out of the show. And I don't blame him for wanting out of the show to spend more time with his family, and because Chandler Riggs was killed off. Like, I can understand maybe he just doesn't feel like playing the character anymore, seeing how a huge chunk of the character's motives is gone, which is Carl. Which leaves the question, who's going to take care of Judith if Rick and Michonne leave? And I think Daryl is pretty much going to do that. Daryl and Carol, so shippers of Daryl and Carol would be pretty happy over something like that. Because Ezekiel might also not be in the show much longer, and that could finally push Carol and Daryl together, and they could be like the characters that don't die. And then I think that's basically what you should do with The Walking Dead. Have it continue on with a different spin-off. I think there is still room to expand the TV universe, but it's going to be a hell of a lot different than the comic book universe. And I think Fear the Walking Dead can continue on. And I think eventually, I did think before episode 8 of Fear the Walking Dead that Morgan was basically going to take Althea, John, and Naomi, or Laura, or June, whatever the fuck you want to call her. I'm calling her June, that's her official name. He was going to take them back to the Walking Dead characters because of the Fear the Walking Dead, is basically trying to kill them in episode 8. But seeing how after episode 8 it seems like they are basically on the same page, it does look like that Morgan might stay at least for a while. I think they finished filming season 4 Fear before season 9 of The Walking Dead started filming, so there is a chance Morgan could show up in season 9, but I don't think they should hype it up. I think it should be something they keep secret, like when he appeared in season 3 and season 5, no one really saw that coming. And yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. In terms of like the future when it comes to other Walking Dead franchises, like the Telltale game, I think, yeah, pretty much end Clementine's story with season 4. I think now is a good time. We have 4 episodes left of the Telltale game. There's only going to be 4 episodes in season 4. It's going to wrap up Clem and AJ's story. Now, Telltale have said that it isn't the end of The Walking Dead as a whole, which you could take as two ways. Either they're saying it's not the end of the entire franchise, like the comics and the show are going to continue, which no shit, or you could say it means Telltale aren't done making Walking Dead games. And I don't think they should be finished, because The Walking Dead is such a cash cow for them, and they are highly respected when it comes to their Walking Dead games. I think we could get games, because like, chances are not every character is going to have a conclusion in the next season. Sure, we might have a few returning characters. It looks like Lily might be in the next season, which I really hope she is. But chances are they're not going to show what happened to the 400 Days characters, because there's different stuff that could happen to him. We might not see what happened to Arvo, Mike, and Bonnie. Now, I know Bonnie can die, but she's determined. You could show something there. I think spin-off games, or even spin-off one-shot comic books, is something you could do with that. How you could do a DLC that's maybe 2 hours long, where maybe there's 4 chapters. Each chapter is about half an hour long, and it focuses on a character from the original 4 seasons that didn't have a conclusive ending, and it could basically conclude their story, whether they find a place, they die, they become a walker, or something else happens to them. I think that's what could happen with the Walking Dead game. I think we could get more spin-offs on comic book characters like we did with the Michonne game. I think when it comes to other projects, we have Overkill's The Walking Dead game, and I think that game is going to do pretty well. I'm definitely going to pre-order it as soon as I can. I might even pre-order it tomorrow, because I'm going to get the deluxe edition. Comes with the soundtrack and all the things like that, and I love gaming soundtracks, so I'm definitely going to get that version, seeing how it's only about €10 more, so that's all good. Anyway, oh yeah, euros. I live in Ireland, so that's our currency. Also, you probably would be able to tell I'm Irish because of my accent, and trust me, in real life my accent isn't as bad as it is on video. On video I sound a bit different, because a lot of people get me confused with an American or a British person or other type of person if they meet me in real life, because for an Irish person I am quite tanned. Usually Irish people are as pale as ghosts, and I'm not, thankfully. I have good skin, I would say anyway, but you want to talk about getting off track? That is getting off track. Anyway, I might only go on for a few more minutes. The novels of The Walking Dead have finished. Return to Woodbury, which was the 8th and final novel in Lily Call and the Governor story, was concluded. And I think you could do more novels, because Skybound has recently opened up their book division, and one of the first books we're getting from that is the Quotable Negan, which I think comes out this month. It might already be out, I gotta check, but the Quotable Negan is going to be a book that's coming out from that, which is basically going to be like trivia on Negan, some of these quotes from the comic book, and here's Negan the book. And we are getting, the timeline of Lucille. It looks like a damn good book, and I do want to add that to my collection. We also have for the Walking Dead Day, because it is the 15th anniversary, so we are getting a lot this year, but we are getting the 4-pack Rick figures, which I definitely want to get my hands on them, because they just look fucking awesome. And we are getting a box set of the first 3 compendiums. Now, I've actually even been saying to myself, I really hope they make a box set of The Walking Dead that's maybe longer than a compendium, and they did it. We're getting the first 144 issues, which is the first 3 compendiums. We're getting Here's Negan, the Michonne special, the Governor special, Morgan special, and Tyrese special, all in this box set. Now, granted, that isn't any new material. We are getting new covers, but these are stuff a lot of people already have. So yeah, this is really only for the collectors, I would say, because even people that are just getting into the comic, I don't know if they would spend $200 getting something like that. Especially you can get the compendiums online for like $20 so, and for 48 issues, that's a damn good deal. Search around, try to find the compendiums as cheap as possible, and maybe even wait to get into the comic book, because Compendium 4 will most likely be out next year, I think. So yeah, because we are coming up to issue 200, and I think the last issue of Compendium 4 will be $192, I think. So yeah. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about when it comes to The Walking Dead. The comic, I think, is going to continue on for a good long time. I think the comic isn't in any danger of anything like that, and I really hope I didn't jinx anything by saying that, because fuck no, I do not want the comic to have anything happen to it, because I love the comic. But when it comes to the TV shows, which is the main one I wanted to focus on because of all the shit we've been getting lately, I have said multiple times, if they got rid of every single character in The Walking Dead, like let's say season 9 starts, every character from the first 8 seasons are no longer in it. This is an entirely new cast. I will watch the show till the end, if there is an ending. Which, you know, there should be, especially now that Rick is going, but yeah. I would rather it end when Rick dies now. The comic book I would like to see continue past that, but the TV show I think should end with Rick dying. Just because I think it will go easier for the fans, and don't try to drag out the show with new main characters. Granted, Daryl's been around since season 1, but I don't think you should focus on him from now on. Especially because I do think the viewers will go down a hell of a lot more. But I still think The Walking Dead as a franchise itself is still going to continue for a long time. So, yeah. That's basically all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't go on too long. But thanks for watching this video. Peace out, guys. Goodbye.